Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video to go over the Senegence products that I am selling. In particular, the LipSense lip color product that I have been using and you've been seeing in my photos. If you follow me on Facebook in my Facebook group or Instagram or YouTube, then you've kind of probably already seen that quick video that I made of me applying it. But I wanted to make a video with more information to address any possible questions, concerns, or anything that you know, probably don't know about the product if you haven't actually done any research on it and only have been seeing it from me and my Facebook posts. So just wanted to share more about it, and hopefully you will give it a shot and want to try it and pick out your color and then give me your own review on it. The first thing I wanted to go over was my initial trial with it. I tried it probably over a month ago, and I loved the initial, long wear that I got from it. I thought that that was amazing. It's better than anything that I've ever used, whether it's, the long wear liquid lipsticks that you could get at Sephora or Ulta or, the drugstore. This is true to the fact that it does wear all day long. However, that does require that you follow the instructions on how to apply the color, because if you don't do that, you're not going to get the long wear that it promises. And second, it requires that you do maintain your lips moisturized. So those two things are key: application and maintaining your gloss on your lips to keep your lips moisturized throughout the day and to shield the color and lock that color in your lips, keep it locked in. Those two things are key to achieving the longest wear. So if you're not, applying it as you should be, then you're likely not going to, have it last all day long. Same if you're not reapplying the gloss throughout the day, then it's probably not going to last you all day long. Your lips are going to be feeling dry and, not great. So you will have probably a pretty bad experience with the LipSense colors if you aren't following those two cardinal rules with the color. So when I first tried it, like I said, I love that it was long wearing. I applied it in the morning, wore it all throughout the day, at work and after work, through dinner, and then took it off literally right before bed. And taking it off was difficult because I purchased it without the remover, and so that was a struggle, but I learned obviously to get the remover, and used it and learned how to use the remover because that's also key, and was able to get the best experience out of the product. So I just kind of want to share all of this information because it is a really great product, but if you don't know how to use it and you don't know what you're supposed to do with it, then you're not going to have a great experience. So I just wanted to get this information out to you for anybody that has already purchased it, anyone that already has it, so that you know how to apply it correctly to get the best use, and how to maintain your lips so that they feel moisturized and you're not having a bad experience throughout the day with the lip product. Also, for anybody that hasn't purchased it or anybody that's kind of on the fence on whether they want to try it or not, I just wanted to kind of give you some pros and cons on the product. If you've seen any YouTube videos or read anything about it on Facebook, I just kind of wanted to address those questions so that hopefully you'll give it a shot and try it, and then just see for yourself what the product looks like, feels like, and how it works for you. So let's kind of get into that. The first pro that I'll start with the pros. I'll start with the cons, and then we'll get into the pros. The cons are that your first application, it is going to tingle on your lips because the product is made with with alcohol and then a molecular bonding chemical that will bond to your, it helps the product bond to your lips. So almost like a stain, is applied to your lips and stains your lips, it will tingle. So if there's anybody out there who has ever used any of the lip volumizers or any of the lip products that, say that they will plump your lips, it kind of feels like that. It's a little bit tingling sensation that you'll get, but it's not terrible, and, it doesn't last very long. It lasts, at that first application or that first layer that you're applying. And really, it probably, if you continue to use it, I don't get any tingling anymore. It will last you maybe only for maybe 5 applications, and then it kind of goes away because your lips start to exfoliate and lose, the flaky layers from your lips, and so they get more accustomed to the product, and it'll just be less of that tingling sensation that you'll experience. So that is the first con. And the second con that I have heard about is people not liking the taste of the LipSense, which, yes, it doesn't taste good, and obviously because it is on your lips and on your mouth, which you use to eat and drink, you are going to taste it at times. However, the tip that I received on, how to kind of like avoid that and also help protect the color while you are drinking and eating is to apply your glossy gloss or whatever gloss you use, whether it's our glossy gloss or the other glosses that we have in stock. You apply it prior to eating, and it protects the color from breaking off from the oils that is in your food. So you put it on, you eat, and then you can wipe your lips off, wipe food or whatever, and reapply the lip gloss again, and it kind of just protects your lip color and protects you from tasting the alcohol and whatever taste is coming off from the color. So that's the second con. The third con that I heard about is the flakiness and the drying sensation, or the drying cracking of the lips. So that naturally happens with any color that you use. From my personal experience, because I have been using it now, like I said, for over a month, and I wear it, almost every other day, that has gone away for me. My lips have gotten less dry, less flaky. I don't have as much of that peeling, where you're feeling like you have the little cracks in between your lines or on your lips. That has kind of gone away because with the lip color, you do want to exfoliate your lips, which you should be doing naturally, but it does help with that exfoliation process. So what I have read about the product is that it does take about maybe 2 weeks to 4 weeks for the exfoliation process to end. So depending on everyone's, body and chemical, hormones and all that stuff, it could be different. So some people go through the process a lot quicker and they don't experience a lot of that flaking or exfoliating issues, whereas some people may take a little bit longer to get through that process. The other thing is you want to constantly stay hydrated. So the more water you drink throughout the day, the more hydrated your skin, your lips, obviously everything will be. So just keep that in mind as well, to drink a lot of water, and that should help with keeping your lips less flaky and less dry. So that's 3 cons. The fourth con would probably be the waterline issue, which a lot of people experience. So, your lip color obviously is going to go on the surface of your lips, but you do want to get it in this waterline in here, which obviously gets a little bit wet and experiences the most contact with your drinks and your food. So in order to protect that waterline so that it doesn't break down with the oils or the drinks in your that you're consuming throughout the day, just make sure you're applying your gloss in that inner line of your mouth. And before I eat, that's what I do. I don't apply the gloss on the surface on my lips. I apply it on the inside of my lips. And that helps for, to protect your color while you're eating and all that stuff. So that's, I guess, my tip on that. So those are all the cons with the color and the product itself. The pros are the long wear. I normally will put it on anywhere from like 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. and don't take it off until maybe 9 or 10 p.m. So that's almost 12 plus hours of wear that I'm getting out of this lip color, and I don't get any removal at all. I don't have any flaking. I don't have any issues with it coming off. Like I said in the beginning, I did probably have some flaking, and it was in the inside, and that did bother me at the beginning, probably for the first like week or two. But now that I have been wearing it for over 4 weeks, I don't see any of that at all anymore, and I love it. I wear it to work every day, and I've had people, see me at the end of the day, and they're like, "It looks like you just reapplied your lip color." I'm like, "Nope, not since this morning." So it does stay true to the fact that it does not come off. It will not smudge, it will not smear, it doesn't run, it doesn't bleed on your skin. So if you're wearing like a red or a dark pink, it's not going to bleed into your makeup or anything like that. Another pro is the exfoliation process, like I explained. For me personally, I did see a huge difference with my lips after wearing it for a while. In the beginning, not so good, but once I hit that 2-week mark of wearing it, back to back, I did see a difference in my lips and how they felt. The key factor with that, I think, is the attention to your lips that you're putting. For people who wear liquid lipsticks or just regular lipsticks, I don't feel like they're putting that much attention to taking care of their lips. And with LipSense, that is kind of one of the best things about it, is that it is highlighting the fact that you should care about your lips. You should care about exfoliating your lips, making sure they're moisturized and all of that. So I like it. I enjoy the fact that my lips are not flaking, they're not dry. Even if I'm not wearing the color, if I am wearing the color, I don't have an issue with my lips anymore, which I used to have even if I wore chapstick. If I wore, just regular lipstick, whatever I wore, I would always have some cracking and flaking, and I didn't take care of my lips. Now, you could easily say, okay, well, I'll wear regular lipstick and take care of my lips, but the chances of you actually doing that are probably less likely. However, with the LipSense, because you do have to kind of work to get it off, you are constantly going to be exfoliating your lips without even trying. So that's where, that factor of caring for your lips comes in, because you will, to some extent, be exfoliating your lips every time you take it off. And it just helps with keeping your lips to be less flaky, less drying, and less cracking. So those are the pros and the cons. I really don't have anything else other than I do want to go over the remover. So if you purchase a kit, you do not have to purchase the remover. You can purchase just the color and the gloss. This is the glossy gloss, which is the standard basic gloss, but there are other glosses available. So if you like something with a little bit more shimmer, those are available as well. And they essentially do the same effect as the glossy gloss. Or if you like a matte gloss or a matte look, there is a matte gloss which moisturizes your lips but keeps the color matte. So I originally only purchased the two products, which was the color and the gloss, because you have to, because if you just apply the color itself, you're going to hate it. So the gloss and the color combined always. The remover, I didn't purchase it originally, and I struggled with getting the color off. I tried using just Neutrogena face wipe removers, and it took me a good while to scrub off the color. So my recommendations are you could choose to use your own remover, which would be any. There's a Neutrogena face bar soap that you can purchase to remove it, and that's said to remove it quickly, easily, and no issues. Or you can purchase the remover, and the remover what I'll explain about it is a little bit of a process. I've seen some YouTube videos where people have put the remover on and then try to wipe it off right away, and it doesn't work, and so they get frustrated because it's not coming off. So with the remover, you want to apply it as if it were a lip gloss, because it does come in a tube that looks just like, one of the colors. And you will apply the remover, and then I normally leave it on, and I will remove the makeup from my face. I will wash my face. I will, get ready for bed. I try to keep it on for as long as I can. I would say probably anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. I want to keep the remover on. While it's on, you could rub your lips together to kind of start breaking up the color, because what it does is the remover almost starts to lift the color off of your lips. So by rubbing it together, it kind of helps to get the rest of it off as well. So then once the time has gone by, then you can go in with a makeup wipe and start to take it off, and it comes off a lot easier. You will still have to scrub a little bit off, but it is 10 times easier than if you just try to use a makeup wipe to take it off. So those are my suggestions. You don't have to get the remover, but and you can try to use an alternative remover, which is fine. Coconut oil, any of those other products that you would normally use as an alternative to face makeup remover will not work because of the bonding product that's in the color. And you don't want to purchase the remover. You don't have to, but if you don't want to struggle with it and bother, then just purchase the remover, and trust me, it will be a lot easier to get the color off. So now I will go into applying the lip color, and I'll give you some quick instructions before I start to apply, because once I start to apply, I won't be able to really talk. So these are the tips that I have as far as getting the best use out of your color. So the first one is when you have your color that you're going to put on, I'm going to be using the Kiss for a Cause color. It's a really pretty pink. It's bright and very colorful, and it's my favorite color right now. So this color, or any of the colors, when you are going to apply them, you want to make sure to shake the color. You'll hear that ball inside of the color. It kind of just rattles in there. What it's doing is mixing up the pigment, because obviously if it's laying in your bag or on your table, the pigment or the color can separate. So what it's doing, because I'll show you once I take it out, it's actually really thin. The color, even though it looks super solid, the product itself is very, very thin, not thick. So you do want to mix it up to make sure that the color is mixed well together, and you don't have any issues when you're applying it. So just mix it very well, and I mix it a lot, especially on the darker colors, solid colors. So that's the first thing. And then the second tip that I have is when you take it out of the bottle, it has a lot of product on it. I don't know if you can really tell right here, but it does have a lot of product that goes on the tip of the applicator. So you want to take that tip and drag it across the top to remove the product. Sorry, it wasn't in the camera. So take the tip and remove the product from the top and do that all the way around till you get as much as you can off of the tip. It'll seem like you're taking a lot of the product off, but really there's still so much in there and it's so thin that it doesn't matter how much you take off, it will apply well. So that's the tip that I have for the actual color and what to do with that. I kind of skipped a step, but the first thing you should probably do before you shake your color and remove excess, makeup remover, any type of remover, you want to make sure you're applying the lip color to clean, dry lips. So I've seen people use witch hazel on a napkin or a cotton pad. You can use just any wet wipe or makeup remover wipe and just clean your lips to get off any of the face makeup that you might have on there. So I have my makeup done, obviously. So I have, you know, the face makeup that gets on your lips. So you will clean that all off. I do have a friend that used lip primer, and she told me that she used the primer and applied the LipSense and she had no issues. I've never done that, so I wouldn't recommend it. However, if you want to try that and it works for you, great. But I'm just putting it out there that if you see that on, I have seen it on YouTube as well, where people have put a lip primer, like a NYX lip primer on your lips, and then apply the color. And I wouldn't recommend it because I haven't used it, so I can't really speak to what it does for the color. But I will say that these little tips that I'm going to give you right now have worked for me. So once you use the wet wipe, you take a napkin and just dry your lips. So just make sure they're all dry. So now, what I should have started at. So now you shake your color and then, open it up and you see all that color on there. You take it off. So you will remove it from the applicator. So then the next step is applying it on your lips. You want to start in the corner of your mouth. I start at the bottom lip, and I start at the corner, and you want to keep your lips separated. So keep your lips open and stretched out. So basically like an open mouth smile is kind of the look that you're going for when you're applying it. Like that. And then you start at the corner and you will do a straight application in one direction. And I normally start on the line of my lips, and then I fill in the top of my lips and my waterline. And then for the top lip, you want to do the same thing, smile. And then I start in the middle and I go one direction this way, and then one direction that way. And then I will go in the inside waterline to fill in the rest of my lip. You're going to do the application, so 3 times. So you will do that first layer, and you're going to let your color dry. So whether you just use your hand as a fan or just wait, however, once you feel that it's dry, you'll feel it. You can touch it if you want to make sure that there's nothing coming off. Once it's dry, you go through with another color. And the reason you want to go in one direction is because when the color is on your lip, if you go in with the wet color and you reapply it on top and it hasn't fully dried, you could smudge the color, and then it kind of gets translucent, if that makes sense. Like it'll it will lose less of the color and kind of just like push it to the other side, and so you'll have like a lighter side and then it'll look darker, so it'll be like uneven coverage of the color. So just be careful with that when you're applying it. Just make sure your lips are dry, the color is dry, and then you go in and you do your next layer. Then once you get done with the second layer, same thing, you will want your lips to dry. It's probably going to take a little bit longer the second time because now you have 2 coats. So you wait until it's dry, and then you go in with your third layer, and same thing. Once the third layer is on, you're going to wait and make sure that the color has dried. Now, I don't do a 4th layer, but I do have a 4th step that I have been doing, and I really enjoy it because it gives me the look that I am going for, and which is outlining my lips for the 4th step. So I don't do a 4th layer. I just, for the 4th step, I go through with the back side of the color or the applicator. Since it's flat, I will take that and I just kind of touch up the lines of my lips to make sure that if there's any unevenness or anything that needs correcting, I kind of line my lips and it kind of gives it that lip liner effect in some way. So I've really been liking that, and I just wanted to kind of share that with you guys so that if you have kind of had any issues with the color in that sense, maybe that'll help you as well. So then you let that dry as well. Once everything feels ultra dry, you're going to go in with your gloss, whether you use the glossy gloss, the matte, or any of the shimmery glosses. You will apply that all over, and for the first coat, I go in kind of generously because it really feels really good when you put it on, because it's vitamin E and shea butter, so it's super moisturizing, and it does get down to your actual lips, so it feels very moisturizing, very good, and it locks in the color, and then it almost, for me, I feel like it enhances the color a little bit. It brightens it sometimes. So I really enjoy just using just the straight glossy gloss. I used to hate gloss because I hate the tackiness and the stickiness and getting your hair in it and getting it, on you and things like that. But honestly, it's the best gloss because it's not super sticky and it has that moisturizing sensation. So even if you were to, kiss your husband or kiss your kids, your nieces, nephews, parents, whoever, you could kiss them and literally rub it into the skin, and it kind of just, goes away because it's kind of like a moisturizer in a sense. So it's really good. So now I will put this on, and then when I'm done putting the lip color, I'm going to go into some of the other products that I have been using that I really liked to kind of introduce that to you guys. And if anybody is interested, hopefully you will reach out and we can, try to get you to try some of that product as well. So I'm going to apply the Kiss for a Cause and backwards. And once I'm done applying that, then I'll go into the other makeup products. So starting with the excess, take it off. Dry, clean lips, and then you're going to do the 3 layers, go in one motion on each side. Okay, so like I said, you don't want your lips to touch and you want to keep them stretched out, and go back in. I dip for every layer. That's another, I guess, tip that you can do. And then, like I said, make sure you get as much of the product off. Okay, so layer 1 is done. And then, just dry it, let it dry. I'm just shaking it because I've been holding it, and so just want to shake it. So when the reason you don't want your lips to touch is that it's very sticky and tacky, so you just want to keep your lips separated because when you touch them together, it can lift some of the color off of your lips. So just make sure not to do that, and keep your lips separated, and don't lick them either while you're applying it. 1, it won't taste good, and 2, you don't want to get it wet. So I'll go back in. I know it looks like I'm going back and forth, but as long as you're not kind of doing that like rubbing motion of going back and forth, you could, go in different directions if that makes sense, but try to just stick with one if you can. So now it's up. So that's layer 2. Ah. All right, so now I have 3 layers. So the last layer is going to be lining the lips, and yeah, let's do that. And then we'll go in again. All right, so now you let that dry, and you add the gloss. So this is just the glossy gloss, which is standard. Don't need to shake it. I don't know why I was shaking it. So you just let that dry. Like I said, you want to give it some time. Each layer will take a little longer to dry. So just want to get that super dry, and then you can kind of tell when it's dry. It'll stop, you know, it'll stay and not come off. But you also just kind of to feel like how it feels, and take your gloss and I love the gloss. I'm obsessed. So that's the application, and it will wear all day long if you apply it in that way. I promise. I have gotten 8+ hours, like I said, 12+ hours actually, by using it correctly and following those instructions. If you don't follow the instructions, I guarantee you're not gonna like the product, because it will likely, not come off, but it will probably flake. So by following the instructions, you'll have less of that happening. So just trust me, the amount of time that it takes you to apply it the one time is less than, the amount of times you would waste having to reapply your lipstick or your liquid lip colors or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and show you guys again for anybody who hasn't seen my last video. Once you get the gloss on and you're done applying it, it doesn't come off. So you get the gloss off, that comes off, and like I said, it's very moisturizing, so it's not like sticky or anything. It's if anybody has ever used vitamin E oil, like from the drugstore that they sell, I use it sometimes on my face. It's almost like that, where it's just moisturizing, so it doesn't feel too sticky or tacky or anything like that. So it doesn't, it doesn't bleed, it doesn't come off. So can you see? It's nothing, just gloss. So just gloss. So yeah, it will not smear, budge, or anything like that, or transfer if you, are eating or, kissing family members or your husband or, babies, anything like that on your bedding, on whatever you have, it will not budge. So that's the number one pro with this product, is that you're not gonna have to worry about your, lipstick getting on your chin, getting on the side of your face, when you're going to, eat some food or something, and especially if you're wearing like red lipstick or pink or any brown or nude colors, you get that transfer line on your chin that you're then having to rub off and mess up the rest of your makeup. You're not going to have that happen with this color, so it's definitely worth it. Also, like I said, I've had people who have purchased it just for the sole reason that they don't want to get makeup on their kids and then have to rub it off. So, for anyone who's a mom out there, it's definitely worth it to have, because like I said, the vitamin E and shea butter that's in the glossy gloss is moisturizing. It's not sticky, so even if you get it on anyone, it's going to just feel moisturizing. You'll just rub it into their skin and it'll go away. It doesn't, stay sticky or anything like that. So really good product. So I hope that, that kind of gives you some insight into my experience with it, and then hopefully will, get you over that line of, or over the fence of wanting to try it or not try it, and maybe how you feel about it. If you don't like it, if you try it and you hate it and you definitely never want to wear it again, then just send it back to me and I can return it. So there's no, loss there. So if you hate it and don't ever want to wear it again, then you can return it. If you don't like your color, we can exchange it. The company itself is also really great when it comes to that. There has been a stock issue, but now it seems to kind of be going away. So a lot of the colors that I have posted on my Facebook group, those are colors that I personally have in stock or that are in stock on our site, so I can get those for you. But if you happen to see something on someone else's website, on YouTube, another color that you like, and I don't have it, then just message me. I can still try to see if there's any way that I can get it for you. If there's absolutely no way that I can locate the color that you want, then we can always, have you sample some of the colors that I do have, and hopefully find a color that works for you and that you will enjoy. So lastly, I just kind of wanted to go briefly, because this is getting way too long, into some of the other products that I've been using. They sell a lot of different makeup products. So they have they have like face, I can't think right now. They have blushes, and they have eyeshadows, and they have face makeup, and they also have moisturizers and a lot of different products. The one that I've been using that is not makeup related, sort of, is a lip volumizer. I put it on at night, and it's just kind of like a matte kind of gloss that you would apply to your lips. And I have seen a bit of a difference in the sense that, my lips do look a little bit fuller and less like wrinkly, if that makes sense. So I definitely enjoy that. And then I have been using their shadows, which I'm actually wearing now. And I'm wearing 3 colors, and then I'm wearing one of the eyeshadows is their black onyx color that I'm actually wearing as top eyeliner. So that's another thing that I really like about the products. With the LipSense colors as well, they have multi-functions in some ways. So with the lip colors, if you have more than one color, you can create your own array of colors. You just layer them on. So since you have to do 3 layers, you can do your bottom layer one color and then put something in the middle and then do a different color on the top, and just create your own custom color and just kind of play around with them, see what you like. There are people on YouTube that make videos on colors that they have mixed together, and so you can kind of get an idea of what certain colors mix well or look good. So there's that. With if you have more than one color, you have more than 2 colors, because you can make multiple colors with the different variety of LipSense colors that are available. And same thing with the eyeshadows. So these are the eyeshadows that I have. I have Mocha Java, which is a brownish kind of like beige in a way color. I have Onyx, which is the black color that I'm using as eyeliner. You can use it obviously to do smoky eyes. Same thing with these. A little bit goes a long way, so you want to be very careful when you're using it. I learned the hard way using Onyx. I tried to do a smoky eye and I dabbed too much, and it was ridiculously crazy. And they are also long wearing. I have used it in the pool. I use it for work, and they almost act as like a primer in the sense that it's not gonna smudge or come off. It doesn't. You don't get that crumbly, oily waterline in the middle. I am wearing a different shadow though, so I don't know if you could tell on my eyes. So I'm wearing like a glitter shadow that's from ColourPop. But the color that I'm wearing on here, I started with Candlelight, which is the other color that I have. And this one is a very pretty like base color. And I use this a lot just on its own because it just kind of brightens your eyes. And I've seen people use it as under eye concealer. Depending on the color of your skin, it could work as you know, concealer as well. I think for me it's too peachy, so it's maybe for more lighter skin, lighter than me. I mean, I'm pretty light, fair skin, but I feel like I'm more yellow toned or warm toned than cool tones, whereas this I feel like is more of a cool tone color, but I do like it on my eyes, and sometimes I just wear it alone and it looks really great. And then Mulberry is another color, but it is the color that I'm wearing on like my brow bone, not my brow bone, but like my eye bone here. I used it, and I used very little, and then I just blended it out, and it's actually really easy to blend, even though they are liquid cream colors. They do go on wet, but then once you start to blend them, you can blend them with a brush, you can blend them with your hand. They do dry, and they kind of get like a powder finish. So this one's more of like a purple, light purple, mauve, like very light, dusty purple color. It's very pretty. And so it does blend out very easily, and then once it dries and stays, it stays. It doesn't go anywhere. And then the last color that I'm also wearing is Garnet, and so it's like a darker brown, smoky color. And I used that to create the smoky effect, so I put it on the corner of my eyes, and I also added it to the bottom of my bottom lash line to do that smoking effect. And like I said, I did add a glitter to my eyes, so that's why you see the shimmer, and that is not part of the LipSense. There are some shadows that they have. It's called Shadow Sense by Senegence, and they do have some shimmery colors. I haven't been able to get any of them, so I will, you know, I don't have any of it for sale. There is color available on the website for the Shadow Sense. So I just wanted to introduce it to everybody to see if you were interested in using the Shadow Sense and trying it. I have it, so you could try it. But if there's anything that you want, just let me know and I can get it for you. I can ship it to you, or if you're local to San Diego or Orange County, then I can definitely get it to you as well. And lastly, if anyone wants to host a party to get together with, you know, your friends, family, whoever, I haven't done one yet, so I'm kind of nervous to do one because I'm not a great salesperson, and I hate pushing products on people. So not that it feels that way, but sometimes it does, and I don't know. So I'm not great at, I guess, selling it, but I do like telling people about it because I do love it, and I like wearing it, and I enjoy it. I like the colors that I have, and I like wearing it and not worrying about, you know, the color coming off or flaking or anything like that. And I just had a great time, and I have fun participating and doing it and talking to people about it because I love makeup and anyone that knows me knows I love makeup. And so um, I just had fun with it. And, hopefully anyone who is interested um, can, ask me questions, or, let's just talk about it. And hopefully you will either try it or want to host a party and learn more about either using the product or becoming a distributor and selling it. You can become a distributor for $55. It's literally the cost of a kit. And you can use it for just yourself if you want to buy the product for the wholesale price, and just get a distributor number just for that sole purpose. You could do that, or you can turn it into your own business however you want. So for me, it hasn't really been like a very how am I trying to explain this? It hasn't been something that I needed to do, or it wasn't like I really wanted to create this business and kickstart this big thing. I really just tried it and I loved it and I liked the product, and then something just kind of made me want to say okay, maybe I can try it and try to sell it and share it with other people. And I was shocked at how many people didn't know about the product, because me being a makeup junkie, I was like, how did I not know about this? How did I not hear about this? When that whole unique product came out, it was all over Facebook and all over YouTube and all of this stuff. And LipSense has actually been around for a really long time, so I was shocked that I had never heard about it, and the first time was by being added to a group. So then when I started sharing it with other people and other people hadn't heard about it, I was like, wow, how is this just not out there and not available for people to be using it and sharing it? And so I just found it really interesting, and I had a lot of fun with it, just because I like doing makeup. I like putting makeup on myself, putting makeup on other people. I have a lot of nieces, and so kind of always gotten them into makeup and shared makeup with them. Or now they're teaching me about makeup because they're telling me what products they're getting or what they're using, which is different than what I'm using or what I'm used to. So it's for me, it's just fun. So it hasn't been this huge crazy business thing that I'm trying to run or anything like that. I'm just trying to kind of just share a product that I'm having fun with, and hope that you try it and enjoy it. And then if you want to do something with it, whether you want to try it and start selling it, or sharing it with your friends or your family members, then I just kind of want to be a part of that and help you and get this product out there, because I think it's so fun and it's so unique and different, and it actually works for me, and I like it. So hopefully we could share in that, and you will reach out to me with any questions.